I, mid-30s male, have been with my wife since our early 20s, married a handful of years. We ran in a small couple circle. One of those couples was the AP and his wife. Cookouts, game nights, let's split an Uber. We're all friends here type stuff. It felt safe. That's almost the part that stings the most. How normal it all was. D-Day wasn't some 3 weeks ago. It was my phone buzzing at work. A message from AP's wife asking if she could call me. My stomach fell through the floor immediately because nothing good starts with, "Can we talk?" She told me she'd heard from mutual friends that something was going on between my wife and her husband. She had confronted her husband and he had insisted not to reach out to me until they figured things out. But she ended up telling me anyway because she didn't trust him anymore. So I left my desk, sat in my car, and called my wife. I asked for the truth. She said, "We crossed some lines." When I asked what that meant, she got slippery. When I got home later, the text threads and call logs were conveniently gone. Whole conversations just poof. She works from home, so there was more than enough bandwidth to delete and clean up. She admitted they had feelings. She said it wasn't like I think, and that they never meant to hurt anyone. She also blamed me. Said I'd been checked out, too tired, not romantic, not present, etc. It's like she had it loaded up. It didn't stay contained to them either. One of my good friends, well, good friend at the time, knew about it earlier. He thought he was being smart. I found out later he was running interference in coaching my wife on what to say. Hearing that was its own mini D-Day. There's a kind of loneliness that hits when you realize the people around you were treating your marriage like a group project behind your back. This last part is hard to write without sounding pathetic, but I used to get a lot of my happiness from my wife. Work is work, bills are bills, and my hobby is basically lifting weights and pretending I like yard work. She was the spark. Now when she says, "I love you," it lands so hollow. It doesn't connect to anything inside me. She wants everything to go back to normal and accuses me of being the a-hole for bringing it up all the time. Meanwhile, anytime I push, I'm met with, "We've hashed this out," or "You're punishing me," or "You're driving me away." I asked for no contact, transparency, passwords, actual accountability, a written apology. Basic stuff I've seen other people ask for. And got half steps. The phone logs I can see have gaps. There are new group chats that feel like decoys. I feel like I'm arguing with a magician. The worst knife twist. She's still in love with him. She denies it with her mouth, but her eyes give it away, and so do the hesitations. I asked point blank, "If he showed up single tomorrow, what would you do?" She didn't answer, just stared at the table and said, "That's not fair." I checked our cell phone plan's usage page. There were spikes that didn't show on her phone. It's like shadowboxing with a ghost. Our wedding anniversary is next week. She's mad at me because I told her I'm not planning anything. I can't fake it. I don't know how to celebrate a promise that's currently in pieces on the floor. I don't even know what we'd be celebrating. Our ability to pretend. The idea that if I smile through dinner long enough, I'll forget. She thinks I'm choosing misery and refusing to move forward. I told her I'm looking at divorce lawyers because I'm 1 foot out. She cried and told me I was throwing away a life we built. I told her she already threw it. I'm not looking for absolution here. I wasn't a perfect husband. I let work stress me out. I said, I'm tired too much. I postponed trips. I assumed we were fine because there wasn't yelling, but I didn't deserve this. I didn't deserve to be the last to know in my own life. I didn't deserve for my wife and my friend to turn me into an obstacle to get around. I feel like a shell. I go through the motions at work and then sit in the car in the parking lot for 10 minutes because I don't want to go home. I don't sleep. I lift. I stare at my phone and then put it down and then pick it up again like something will change. I'm writing this because I don't know how to hold it all. I guess I'm hoping someone who's walked this road can tell me how they went from "I can't look at her" to either "we made it" or "I survived leaving." Right now, I can't see either. I only see a big hole where my life was. Update 1. The anniversary came and went. We didn't celebrate. She tried to force something, asked if I'd at least go to dinner. Nothing fancy. I said dinner would be me dressed in nice clothes lying to both of us. That went over like a lead balloon. She called me cruel. I told her the cruel thing already happened. We tried one couples counseling session. The counselor was kind, but the vibe was focus on the future, which feels like being told to build a house on a sinkhole. My wife cried and said she hates that I'm stuck in the past. I asked her to walk me through a complete timeline, including how it started, who initiated, where they met, how many times, and when it ended. She said it doesn't matter, and that dwelling on details re-traumatizes us both. I told her the details are the only thing that matter to me right now. Two things broke me this week. One, I asked again for access to her messages. She showed me a phone with a fresh factory reset from last month when the screen froze. All the threads are new. Like, come on. Two, a P's wife messaged me again to say she's trying to salvage her family and that dragging more people in only hurts kids. We don't have kids. They do. I don't want to blow up someone's home, but somehow I'm supposed to safeguard their kids' feelings while my marriage is used as a bargaining chip. The mental gymnastics of everyone except me trying to manage the narrative is wild. Anyway, I met with a lawyer. Consult only, but we talked through property, retirement accounts, and temporary separation. We don't have kids, which simplifies and also makes it harder to stall. My wife sensed the shift as soon as she saw the folder in my bag. She begged me to try 6 months and focus on us. I moved into the guest room. We've been like awkward roommates for 5 days. She cooks and leaves me a plate and does chores without me having to remind her. I keep thinking about something simple. If she truly wanted me, she'd be burning the affair to the ground in front of me. No resets, no missing logs, no, that doesn't matter. Ruthless truth. I didn't ask for a perfect wife. I asked for a real one. Right now I have neither. Final update. It's been a few months. I didn't post because I didn't want to journal my way through every step. But I said I'd follow through, so here it is. I filed. We hammered out a basic settlement with the lawyers. No kids made it faster. We split the equity in the house and she refinanced to keep it. I kept my car and my retirement accounts minus the agreed percentage. We each kept our own debt. I moved into a small apartment close to work with a strip mall gym next to it, which is hilariously on the nose for who I am. But whatever. It works. The filing day was clinical. Sign here, initial here, acknowledge here. I thought I'd cry or rage or feel relief. Mostly I felt quiet. We tried a closure conversation. She wanted me to say we could have made it work. I told her we could have, but only if we both lived in the same reality, and we didn't. The lies didn't end on D-Day. A marriage can't survive broken vows, in my opinion. About AP and his wife, last I heard, they're in some weird limbo where she's pretending to believe him, and he's pretending he wants his family more than his ego. Not my circus anymore. I blocked them. I blocked the good friend who kept my wife's secrets for her. I did a mass unfollow of anyone who still insists this was conversations that got out of hand. A small, dumb moment keeps replaying. On the morning I moved out, I grabbed my last box from the hallway. My wife stood in the kitchen doorway, twisting her hands. She said, "Can you text me when you get there, so I know you're safe?" It was muscle memory, the kind of thing we used to say when one of us traveled late. I told her I would. I got to the apartment, put the box down, and stared at the blank wall. I typed, "I'm here." She texted a heart and thank you. Then I blocked her number because we'd already said everything else that mattered. I don't know what my life looks like a year from now. I'm a mid-30s guy who tried, got betrayed, tried again, and then chose not to keep living my life on her terms. I got out, and now I'm starting from scratch.